Yes, Marina, a stunning place. Turn one's wide, we hit the gas. Into turn 5, no time to pass. Through the chicane, we fight for space. In the night, we chase the grace. Yes, Marina, desert lights. One mistake and you lose the fight. Lap by lap, we chase the crown. In Abu Dhabi, we own the town. Turn 11's tough, we brake so late. Turn 12's fast, it's a high-speed gate. Through the hairpin, we hold the line. Yes, Marina, you're so divine. Yes, Marina, desert lights. One mistake and you lose the fight. Lap by lap, we chase the crown. In Abu Dhabi, we own the town. Final lap, the lights ignite. Yes, Marina, we take flight. MRL, we take the lead. In Abu Dhabi, we will succeed. Yes, Marina, desert lights. One mistake and you lose the fight. Lap by lap, we chase the crown. In Abu Dhabi, we own the town. Yeah, we own the town.
So guys, welcome back. We are just seeing the final meters of the qualifying. Tomasito went for pole position ahead of the Williams crew of Lucek and Froby. GTA on P4, Robler 5, Spaghetti 6, Yo-Yo 7, Wolfen 8, Barra still somewhere driving. Yes, here he is, and yeah, Myth doing some donuts. Yeah. It's again Monday, it's Monday evening, it's Monday Racing League. As you know, we are today in Yas Marina, United Arab Emirates, and yeah, the qualifying one-shot qualifying. Today, Tomasito P1, Lucek 2, Froby 3, GTA 4, Arogla 5, Spaghetti 6, Yo-Yo 7, Wolfen 8, Para 9, Myth on Sumuku disqualified. Not sure if he is driving or not today, but let's see. We will have 29 laps in total, 16 corners, 7 to the right, 9 to the left, 5.2 kilometer track length, and a total race distance of 153 kilometers. Sorry for that. Then we have the fastest on this track. The track record from Spaghetti out of season 7 is a 123.762. And the previous wins, we haven't had any races in season 9 and season 8. So the last winner here was Spaghetti in his driver champion season in season 7. Then Myth on P6 and Samuku on P6. Myth won on season 6, so that's correct. And season 5, Samuku. So now let's go for the formation lap. Let's see, what do we need? We need the correct map. GTA left the session like that, and let's go quickly for the. Oops. No, no. Now let's go for the details of tire choices. We have so Muku, the only driver, on hard tires. The rest is on medium tires. So you might see us more or less as always medium hard strategy unless there is any safety car. Just quickly need to check something. This one here, easy change packet. What is it? Change something else? Change packet. We have the track record. Change packet out of season 7 is a 123.762. Again, a pole position from Tomasito. Let's see from which position we are going to position 5 for the start. Unless you have any other wishes, just let me know, but let me know quickly. So GTA back. Let's go for the start from Roble, 4 lights, 5 lights. Out the way we go racing in Yas Marina, except Roble. Okay. Let's go to Lucek to P, just on P2, behind P1 Tomasito. Back to see some fights between Berra and Spaghetti. Wow. Spaghetti already on P3. Let's see the position changes. Spaghetti gained 3 positions, Berra 4 positions. Hard fights are going on. Let's go to position 6 to GTA to have a better overview. Right side we see Myth, but GTA going for the inside. Let's go to the broadcast view to have a little bit of better overview what's happening here in the first lap in Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi. Tricky turns here. Braking dust from the drivers. Tomasito still leading ahead of Lucek. Roby went back from position 3 to position 6. It's still a long race to go. So the field is pretty close packed except Roble. Driving with 2.3 seconds gap to Wolfing on position 10. Berra overtaking the Ferrari of Spaghetti. Myth on board, very close behind GTA. That's what we want to see. Close fights inside the line for Myth. Where is GTA? Still next to Myth. Next turn is to the right. Whoa. Still a side-by-side between these two drivers. Myth on P1 in the driver's standings. GTA on P3. Force a little bit wide there. And Lucek goes for the fastest lap. Now better 1:25.427. Let's focus on the fights here in the midfield. Hi, San Nelson, welcome back. As you know, guys, we are going for a double header. What happened here? Froby now in position 7. We're going for a double header. Right now we're in Yas Marina, Abu Dhabi. Next race in approximately 45 minutes or so. We are going to COTA Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. A most loved track. While driving, of course. Guarantees always a lot of action. Let's go to P3. Better already on P3. Again, let's see the position changes. 6 positions gained by Vera. Is Vera going for a negative? Yes, he is attacking Lucek into turn 1. I think we soon will see an attack from Vera. Just quickly need to tab out the game, sorry. Needed to increase the volume of my headphones. Why? No good! Tomasito went into the wall. Is he able to drive? Yes, he is. Has a front wing damage. Can't say if there is any more damage or not, because the dashboard is once again not working, but we are seeing that the Tomasito has front wing damage. Right hand plate is missing. The race is not over yet. So bad start for the McLaren guys. We have Tomasito on P9 now. Yo-Yo driving as on P11 and some contact between Tomasito and Somuku. Tomasito surely trying to do everything to get back to the podium positions. And Lucek is the first one to get a 3-second time penalty. Sitting on P8 and the lead car here is Vera. 1.2 seconds ahead of the current leader in the driver championship, Myth, and Lucek doing a good job out there, currently on P3, but with 3 seconds time penalty. Just behind him on P4, now going for an overtake attempt. GDA overtook now, Lucek. You always have to focus on to the game itself, never look to a dashboard or something. So Lucek on P5, Roby the second Williams car on P6. Roby finished the last two races on the podium on position 3. Let's go on board with Lucek. Next one on the overtaking list is Spaghetti, the Ferrari. The time being a little bit in front of the pack on P3, now back to P5. That was a dive from GDA. Luckily nothing happened. The race is a little bit sorted. I tried to restart the sim hub stuff for the dashboard. Under the bridge. I think it is a hotel or something. We have the next one to receive a 3-second time penalty. That's Yo-Yo, currently driving on position 11. A slide from Lucek. Go to the onboard from Spaghetti. GDA doing a good job, just sitting in the middle of the track, now going to the racing line back to the right side of the track. And surely Spaghetti waited to have now the DRS. As you can see now, the wings are open. Is he able to overtake? Yes, he is able to overtake GDA's Mercedes. That's a very nice turn here. Wow, some troubles from Lucek. And a spin. And some front wing damage. But just quickly do the sim hub stuff. Sorry. It's a little bit annoying, I know. But exit sim hub and just restart the stuff. And we have a safety car. Right moment, I could have waited until the safety car has been announced. But yeah. Sim hub back. Just click around and we are back here. Now let's hope stuff is working. Safety car, we are in lap 9 of 29. Let's see who's coming in. I think more or less the whole field is coming in. Yeah, I do have my dashboard. Minutes later, wow, what a big achievement. So I can give you some details about the fastest lap. We have Berra, the fastest driver out there at the minute. The fastest lap from him is a 1:25.4. Second fastest on track is Myth with a 1:25.6. That's 2 tenths slower than Berra. Well, I do also see... Who's that? Spaghetti? No, Spaghetti has been 1 second slower than Berra. I thought he has been faster than Berra, but anyway. Yeah, just some words to the team championship. We have McLaren leading with 7 points gap to Red Bull. McLaren with 190 points, Red Bull with 183 points. On P3 we have VCarb, same points as Mercedes with 157 points, then Ferrari on P5. Aston Martin, Williams, Kick and Haas, and nobody's driving for Alpine this season. Let's see, Tomasito surely repaired his front wing, so Tomasito is back to normal racecraft. And Roble also again driving after he missed the start completely. He's back in the race. And some driver inside for Europa. 10 seconds for Spaghetti. What is he doing? Spaghetti went into the pit, went for soft tires, now waiting 10 seconds. So he's straight away serving the 10-second time penalty and going for the hard tires. Of course, he can't drive 18 laps in soft tires. It was maybe a misclick by him, so that's why he came in again. Now he needs to push a little bit, but it's doable until the safety car is in again. And he's back with the freshest tires on track, with only 3-second time penalty now, as he served the 10, as you saw before. And the first time we had a Grand Prix here in Abu Dhabi, yes, Marina, was 2009, by the way. We have some long, very long straights here, but it's still a high downforce track. As you can see from the rear wing from Spaghetti. The safety car is in this lap. Yeah, let's have a look to the restart in the POV from Lucek. Let's go to P3 as we see Berra and Nick are laying a little bit, as it should be. Two rivals. How Berra went. Nice start from Berra, 0.6 seconds already the gap. Very nice timed restart. Yo-Yo, Roble and Samuku very close by. misbraking maybe. As we watched to the backside of Samuku's car, Samuku overtaking Froby. And the flying Austrian on the inside. Is he able to survive? No! It's carnage! Carnage! Anybody survived? Yes, everybody survived. And yeah, we don't have a safety car. I just place the dashboard over it, so it's pretty clear we are in lap 12 of 29. And of course we have some telemetry and damage graphics, of course. I just changed the graphic for the damage. As you can see now it's green. Green means all is good. And I also added the tire temperature, front tire and rear tire temperature, as you can see on the right side of the graphic. Really suffering with damaged front wing. We see front right. Light orange, so we have some damage. That's 36% of damage. Should be doable, but this is surely not the fact to have front wing damage. As I said before, high ground force level. Everything on the wings is needed. And Yo-Yo maybe feels like a sitting duck and floating spaghetti are overtaking me. Side by side riding. Between the two very long-term drivers. These are drivers with the most races in MondayRacingLeague. Spaghetti going today driving his 157th Grand Prix here in the MondayRacingLeague. 157. And Yo-Yo 136 Grand Prix in the end. Quite an achievement, so it's quite a nice group here. We see side by sides between Beta and Myth. Fight is on for the podium positions. We have Myth overtaking now Beta. GDA right in the mix. Let's go to GDA. Right in the mix for P2, and also Tomasito is back in the fight after his front wing crash. Time being, the only driver without any tracking warnings is Tomasito. Everybody else has at least one tracking warning. Whoa. That was a pretty close one from GDA. Very early on top of the GDA. playing with the gears. And as we are in the desert, we need to check the weather forecast. Is it raining? Yes or not? We have it 125. 176. Half 1.5 seconds slower than the track record from that. But of course, they're driving a different tire compound. As you can see, everybody on the hard tires except Muku, who started on the hard tires, now on the mediums. Then a leader change. So fight's ongoing. They're going too wide so that GTA can't overtake. They're fighting heavily here. Maybe GTA has soon a chance to overtake. GTA go from an inside dive, but no. Not this time out. Oi. Wonder what happened to Froby. Froby, if you're in the chat, can you write it to the... Yeah, in the chat. What happened exactly? Again, a leader change. Not always going very wide on these turns here. Kara and GTA is slightly a different line. Beautiful racing of these four drivers. You wonder why. We have a safety car. It's time for the safety car boy. Ah, that's a pity, Froby. Let's pray that the next game is better, but you still have one more chance for Kota. Or of course you can watch the stream, or maybe warm up a little bit with Kota, time trial or something. After 2 podiums at ENF because of the game, that's very, very unlucky, not nice. But we know Codemasters. By the way, on the most of the tracks we have... yeah, why not? Why not doing race engineering stuff here, teammate? Yeah, regarding the safety car, this time out it's an AMG Mercedes, as you can see. Most of the tracks we have an Aston Martin, the green one. Really like this safety car here. Very nice looking car. Oh, we can't see a lot of what. Looks like the safety car is very, very slow. You can see it's still 170, 180 kilometers an hour. This shows you how fast the drivers are driving in this game. This car in front looks like iRacing or Assetto Corsa or something. This long straight takes forever. Anyway, some people are liking these games. I'm not one of these. I need to have a little bit more action on track. As you all know, guys, rally rules the world. That's what are they doing? The safety car in this lap, and I just disabled the safety car graphics. It went. Let's go to better, or even better, we have 3 cars of 4 cars very close together because of the safety car. Up 20 of 29. As we are doing double headers, it's very important to attend every Monday 10 seconds for oh. Yeah, as I said, attending every Monday to the races here. It's very important as we have 2 races here, losing many points if you're not able to drive. So we are right finished at the end of the month, and then yeah, we go for F125 game. Nice driving by these drivers. Pretty nice driving. Do we see any heroics? No, we don't see any heroics. The usual stuff between Berra and Mir. Roble fighting with Baguette. The two drivers located in the UK. Roble with, I think it was Somali blood in him, living in the UK, and Baguette we know is a Cypriotic driver driving under the flag of Cyprus but living in UK. Maceto also gets a 3 seconds, so it's maybe a win for Berra or GDA if it stays like this. We still have 7 laps to go in this race. Wolfrin doing a nice job, well, driving on position 10, but everybody ahead has at least 3 seconds time penalty, except, as I said, Berra and GDA. If the field is so close, Wolfrin will massively jump ahead of these drivers with time penalties. Wolfrin also a driver with not many warnings on track. Some carnage there. Do you see any damages? No damage for any driver. All good for time being. And yeah, Ferrari is again having a very, very bad race. Smoke the lead one on position 7 and Baguette on P9. Looks like the race we saw yesterday in real life in Miami. Ferrari surely lacking a little bit of pace, and also not only in the real world, also here in the game. GDA for time being now driving on position 5. Snake line by Mattia. Akamith in the Red Bull. Not many words needed, guys. These are so good drivers. Side by side is always worth to try. Ghosting session for Berra now. Tomasito now leading the pack. We just need to be ahead of Myth to have a chance for the... Oh, that was a warning for Yo-Yo. To have a chance for the driver championship title. Hard racing, hard racing. And we have again some damage. You see it on the dashboard on the bottom left of your screen. Yo-Yo having damage, front right wing damage. Let's go to car number 82, Lucek. This is his first race as a regular driver here in the Monday Racing League. He chose, together with Froby, the Williams team. They started in the Haas team. Well, Froby right away started in the Williams team. We have another 3 seconds time penalty for not Lucek. Who was it? I'm just watching around for a Roble was it? A Roble now driving with 16 seconds time penalty. So everybody except Wolfrin are having a time penalty. I'm pretty sure we will see more or less the same also in Kota in the next race this evening. Let's focus now for the last 3 laps for the podium positions here between Myth, Pera, Tomasito, Yo-Yo and GDA. Like we have again the regular drivers on the podium with Pyramid and Tomasito. Depending... Well, the only question is... What a camera. Whoa. What a camera. The only question is in which order do we see these drivers at the end of the race? In this order, like Tomasito ahead of Pera and then Myth, or Pera trying to get back to position P1. But it's very vital to be not on P1 entering the last lap. We are entering now lap 27. 3 laps to go in total now. Well, the maximum speed on this track is 339 kilometers an hour, and we have a full throttle of 63% of the whole track. And the longest flat-out section we just saw was or is 1,233 meters, of course. And do you have any idea how many gear changes the drivers are doing in this track? Per lap, of course. It's 56 gear changes per lap. And these are figures from the real Formula 1. The simulation should be more or less the same. So 2 laps to go now. Tomasito placing his car on position 3. Surely trying to be on P2 while entering the final lap. To have here then the chance for this 1,233 meters to apply, to enable the DRS, taking some slipstream battery power on, and then overtake the cars in front. That's Myth and Beta. Beta has a full battery tank. Tomasito is on 74%, as you can see, and Myth having no battery at all. He is down to 20% of battery. Do we here see some stuff with Lucek, Spaghetti and so on? Think about not having any time penalty on this track. If Lucek is not having this 3 seconds time penalty, we could jump up to P4. And they're all leaving the session now. Let's go for turns. Now here, it's very vital to have a good exit out of this turn. Out of turn 5. Now applying everything you have, battery, etc, etc. These two are fighting heavily. Now Tomasito with the better exit, better traction. Now applying the full battery. GD retiring. Is he able? Going the outside. Is it a Tomasito win? Yes or no? Looks like it's a win for Tomasito. It's not finished for time being. Bera and Myth are still fighting, but looks like we have a Hungarian winner again. Wow. And Tomasito is winning the Yas Marina Grand Prix here in Abu Dhabi, and Myth going on to P2 with just 700 of a second gap to P3. Bera, then we have Wolfrin, Lucek on P5, Spaghetti the lead, Ferrari on 6, Yo-Yo on 7, Samuku on 8. Then we have yeah, GDA DNF, but I think he will stay in the standings because he DNF'd in the last lap before the race finished. Then we have a Roble left the session, ending his car on 1, and then Roby DNF'd in the early phase of the race. Yeah, what an action-packed race we had. We're just doing a little break, then we are going for the next race to Kota. And driver of the day, Myth. So Tomasito is closing a little bit the gap between him and Myth in the driver standings. That's good to hear. There's still some races to go. I just need to write down the results. And the fastest lap goes to Bera on P3. So yes, guys, a little break. Then we are export results. What was that? Never seen that one. We're gonna have a little break, then we're going to Kota, to Texas. just quickly need to prepare for the next race, the introduction. So you. Sorry for this, and yes, now we are waiting some minutes or seconds or whatever. We're just waiting a little bit. I'll just leave you with the drivers here. Just hop into the Discord channel. Maybe they are talking a little bit, so you can hear a little bit from the drivers.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, transmission.
Right, 30. Actually,
30.
might go 35. Actually, go 35.
500.
35, 100.
Yeah, then
135, 100.
minimum, and then +1 on the geometry. Minimum, +1.
+1 minimum.
Yeah.
Okay.
And 41's E.
6.
Yes. 18, 21, 20, 52. I think.
Brakes 55.
But you need to change the brake bias in this serve. Quite a lot. But 55 is fine. I'm going like 45, 40. I think it's good. Let's see if I can drive a high downforce setup now. Fuck the pedo.
Andreas, Matthias, join.
I'm in.
1 sec.
Roll as well.
Yeah, so what else? Let's go for the introduction. So we have the whole time to play the introduction.
Texas sky, engines cry, Kota calls, we fly. Turn one climbs, we rise, burning fast under fire skies. Kota, ride or fall, one mistake, lose it all. Lap by lap we scream, Austin Heat living the dream. Break at 11, steel and flame, twist through 12, hold the lane. Victory's ours, no other way.
So we're back for the qualifying for Kota. The standings, the podiums of the last race has been Tomasito on P1, Myth on P2 and Pera on P3. So the obvious ones on the podium. And Pera was asking for any thoughts on this race. Yeah, my thoughts. Pretty liked it because it was a very, very intense race. We had heavy fights ongoing throughout the field of 11 drivers. But now let's go for the qualifying session here in Kota. You see on the left side, the right, the real-time timings. Yo-Yo for time being leading now. Berra Arobla, you see it's one-shot qualifying. Berra leading, so let's go to P1. Berra leading the one-shot qualifying for time being. Myth now ahead. Tomasito also in the mix and GDA as well. Also Lucek is doing a good job. Let's go to Myth. Let's it into his POV, entering slower but going faster out of this turn. Down the long straight. Drivers are driving very close to invalidations, but as we know, Tomasito tries to have P1 here in the qualifying, and Myth braking on the straight. He likes to start from the back. He's not going for pole positions, he's going for wins and the driver championship title. Tomasito ahead, now behind Berra. Very close one looks like. Now the final turns into the braking zone of the last turn, very tricky one. And Tomasito goes to P1, 4 tenths faster than Lucek on P2. Very nice P2 for the Williams driver. Then we have GDA on P3, Aroba P4, Yo-Yo 5. The rest is still under discussion. We have Sumuku Sommer finished on P7. Myth still a long way to go for him. And some donuts, let's see what Spaghetti's doing. Just slow driving. Okay. Computer took over. It's right to stress here. So, facts for Austin, Texas. We have 28 laps, 20 corners, 9 to the right, 11 to the left. Then we have the pole position of Tomasito, Lucek 2, GDA 3, Aroble 4, Yo-Yo 5, Samuku 6, Smith 7, Spaghetti 8, Berra 9, Wolfrin and Froby disqualified from the session. 5.5 kilometer track length, total race distance of 154 kilometers, and the current Emerald track record from Frank Tech out of season 9 last season is a 1:33.553. Now the drivers are selecting their strategy. first Grand Prix was held in 1959 here. And Austin sets a new F1 record with 3-day attendance of around 440,000 fans in 2022. Safety car possibility of 29% and virtual safety car possibility of 57%, and pit stop time loss is 20 seconds, maximum speed 325 kilometers an hour. Full throttle we have 59%, longest flat out section is 1090 meters and downforce level is medium. Gear changes per lap is 66. So I think you're updated now with the most important stuff. And again, only one driver with hard tires, that's Roby. Starting from the back of the field on E11, the rest is on medium. So we most likely see again a medium hard strategy. But I'm impressed of the pace of Lucek, the Polish driver in the Williams car. Finishing on P2 in the qualifying here in the Amaral is not an easy stuff. Easy task to do or to achieve. Well, the other drivers, big gaps are here, everybody heating up the tires. For the time being you can't see the tire temperature, sadly. Later on during the race you will see the tire temperature, of course. So any predictions, any guesses, who is winning or what is the podium for this Grand Prix here in Cota, Texas? And as far as I know, there are only 2 corners with real names. That's turn 1, the big red uphill section, you see it here. And the last corner, you see everybody passing this corner, that's the Andretti corner, named about a former F1 driver, Andretti. And the beer is already empty, wow. We have, no, webcam is not working, I'm sitting there, but the webcam is not showing, anyway. Doesn't need to see my face, but let's see the start from Lucek's POV. Wow, Lucek on P2. 5 lights. It's pedal to the metal, we go racing here in Texas, Austin, Texas, Circuit of the Americas, up to Big Red, turn number 1. Inside move from Lucek with better traction, but for Tomasito it stays like we started. P1 Tomasito, very nice SS section here. I really love this track, it's such a beautiful track. Guarantee for nice racing if the field stays more or less close together. Do we see any position changes? Yes, we see slight position changes. Sumuko lost 3 positions, Berra gained 2. Smith already gained 2. And Lucek tries to stay behind Tomasito, but we see on the left side, let's go to the broadcast view. Where is the camera? Here is the camera. Or where are the drivers? GDA managed to overtake Lucek. And Yo-Yo fighting with Myth. Of course, Yo-Yo tries to help his teammate Tomasito to win the driver championship title. Of course, the McLaren guys are going for the team constructor championship title in this season. made a slight contact from Lucek onto the rear of GDA. I don't know why this graphic is just somewhere in the middle. But anyway, it's a graphic, you see the graphic, it's a little bit small. It's a track record from Frank Tanker 1:33.553, you saw. I think also the former winners are in this area. Yes, very small. We had in season 9, now GDA goes for the lead. Season 9 was Newton P1 won the race after return for some races in Imola as well. Then Yo-Yo in season 8 won this Grand Prix. Salty, we miss you, won this Grand Prix in season 7. Myth won it in season 6 and season 5. We have many different winners here in the Grand Prix. Do we see a second win from Yo-Yo? Check again, losing one position to Myth, but it's yeah. Lucek and Pera are fighting, and Lucek stays on P4. Yes, on this track you can ride the curbs except the orange marked stuff inside the curbs. This will destabilize the car. Onto the long straight, over 1 kilometer long. On the left side we see Pera flying past Lucek. Again, 4 top drivers are fighting for the positions here, 5 including Lucek, and Yo-Yo is not far away. It's again a pretty close pack here. Everybody able to open up the rear wing, in other words to use DRS on the straights. The uphill section, Lucek going very far to the right. Inside dive bomb from Yo-Yo. I think Lucek smelled it. What about the track limits? We have 2 track limit warnings already for Beta. Fights here in front to Tomasito's car. But next to Tomasito. By the way, guys, regarding the interview at the end of the race, what do you think? Shall we interview some other drivers than the podium ones? Except, of course, there is anybody on the podium who is normally not on the podium. What about bringing in Somuku and a Roble for the time being? And Lucek in the Williams already lost 7, 8, no, 4, 6, whatever, 6 positions. I'll watch the number, I see the number, but I'll say 8, 7, 6, 5 or whatever. Anyway, I do have fun. What? It was Myth and GDA collided. So the door is open for Tomasito to have a big advantage in this race, to score massive points related to Myth the Italian driver. Let's go to him, and we do see he has some front wing damage. Front right is not on, not even visible on your dashboard on the bottom left. So Myth is fighting, and Somuku fighting with Myth, the Italian driver fighting the Ferrari. It would be crazy to have again a win for Tomasito and Myth outside the top 5, so it's the gap is closing massively. But we know the pace for Myth, it's now a real fight for him. The race at the track from Smooth. Well, it's pretty funny, more or less none of these drivers are liking this game, but everybody driving here just for fun, because it's a nice group of drivers. Last weekend they had in iRacing a 12 hours race. Sadly they DNF'd. I think it was something happening with the car change between Vera and between Fredak and Ripster. Oh, Lucek! Into the wall, we have again a safety car. Myth 10-second time penalty. Was it a collision between Myth and Lucek? What happened there? Maybe a slight contact. Wow! What is going on here in Kota? So we have many drivers with damage. We see Tomasito also has damage. Front left, the end plate is missing. Then we have, of course, as we said, Myth with some damage, but the front wing looks more or less intact. And also, Wolfing front left is missing. Where did Red Bull came from? First safety car. Let's have a quick weather update. If this race is going long, just need to disable safety car voice on so that you see the weather forecast. We have overcast in 15 minutes, only 15% of rain chances. It will stay dry for the rest of the race. So everybody is going into pit now. Sadly, Lucek DNFing after P2 in the qualifying session, DNFing on that way isn't too nice. And Froby leading the Grand Prix. He stayed out, of course. He is on hard rubber tires. He's doing something different than the other guys. Started from P11. Waiting now for the other guys to catch up. And regarding tires, everybody made one stop except Froby. Of course, then we have the rest of the field on hard tires, 0 laps old. And everybody who had front wing damage repaired, of course, it was Wolfring as well, Tomasito and Myth. And regarding time penalties, we have better with 3 seconds corner cut time penalty as well, Wolfring and Somuku. But happy to see Somuku back in the fight. With new tires, close gaps. Yeah, safety car will go most probably one more lap. Also, the calendar is not working, coming somewhere in the middle of the stream, so yeah. Just show you the one from Abu Dhabi, but we're here in Kota, as you know. Next race, next Monday. Also, doubleheader is Great Britain, lovely Silverstone. Then we are heading to Italy, to Imola. Last season it was a crazy race, especially we had the sprint race. Drivers went crazy, like open lobby style in the sprint race. Side you see the graphic for the constructor standings. Of course, it is without Abu Dhabi. So I'm reading a little bit more than on this graphic visible. Have a look to some Somuku statistics. He's also one of these drivers who were having more than 100 races, 126 races here in the Monday Racing League. Had some nice wins, was especially in season 6 and 7, where he fought for the driver championship title. Go for the POV from Bera to see the restart from Froby. Froby went a little bit sliding around, and now it's time for Bera to attack. into the big red turn number 1. Froby defending the inside. Better going for the outside move, but Froby stays ahead in his Williams. A traction battle between Froby, Better and Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo now on P2. We have again yellow flags. So this time out the safety car announcement is working correctly. Wow. That's some carnage in the back. Will be ending up on P10 now. Ah, not today. Of the Williams crew. Captain GDA is sending them wide. Off track somewhere. Has anybody watching the stream ever been to Texas? I've never been there. Right now I wouldn't go there because of the Mr. President. Spaghetti shaking his Ferrari to give a sign for Tomasito to overtake maybe. Maybe he likes to give Tomasito a little bit help to fight against Myth. Well, I've been 2 times to the United States. Long time ago. 2001 to be exact. And 2002. Just California, Arizona and Nevada. A proper tourist route. Wow, what was that Myth going into the wall? That's a big chance now for Tomasito, as I said before. I have no front wing for GDA. What is going on here in this race? Wow. Yeah, back to my trip. I've been to Los Angeles, Phoenix, Las Vegas, San Francisco, Death Valley and so on. What was that? Also Robler did circles Zumuku with a drive-through penalty, so 16 laps to go, hopefully 16 very entertaining laps. Where the safety car, virtual safety car announcement now better leading the Grand Prix, but with 3 seconds time penalty. We have Yo-Yo on P2. As you know, Yo-Yo won the race in Season 8. Is he going for another win here? Of course, he first needs to catch better. And Tomasito bringing home, if he survives this race, some very good points for the driver championship standings. As you know, he ended on P1 in the first race tonight. GDA is a terrorist. But I'm laughing anyway, dear. You know what to do, just send in. Well, in my POV it looks like the drivers are driving slower now. Or is it because the gaps are bigger? Let's have an onboard of Spaghetti right behind Tomasito. It just looked like they're going slow because of the big gaps. Now Spaghetti overtaking Tomasito. First he's giving the position to Tomasito, now he's overtaking Tomasito. Maybe Spaghetti doesn't want to have the gap too big to Yo-Yo in front. So guys, regarding damage, we have no car with damage for time being. Regarding warnings, we have 4 warnings for Berra, 3 seconds time penalty on his board, and 2 warnings for Yo-Yo, 1 warning for Spaghetti, 1 warning for Tomasito, 4 warnings for the drivers, Somuku and Roble, and Tomasito is flying past Spaghetti. This is some kind of teamwork. By the way, Mattia, you drove as well the race on, was it Sunday? Or Saturday, this 12 hours something, Spa? Or haven't you been in the cockpit or driving at the later stage? Or whatever. I don't know, pushing the C, 3.3 seconds gap between him and Yo-Yo. Spaghetti's 1.8 behind Yo-Yo. See if Spaghetti and Tomasito can close the gap to Yo-Yo and fight for P2, maybe also P1. 7 on board, a 3-second time penalty for Yo-Yo. Let's have the onboard from Berra. A very fast driver here in the league, into the big red turn 1. Let's see when he is lifting. Just a little bit here. Back on throttle. Shifting up. Nice turns from the Swedish driver. Let's go quickly to P7, Froby close behind Wolfring. After finishing 2 times on the podium for Froby and DNFing in the last race tonight in Abu Dhabi, he needs to have a good result to have better feelings for next week. As you know, we are going to Silverstone and to Imola. A bit needed to lift. And in front the gap is getting bigger, 4.6, 4.4 seconds between Berra and Yo-Yo. But Tomasito pretty close behind Yo-Yo now. Of course, we're gonna see some action later on when we see Tomasito trying to chase down Berra. A 1:35, 3:41 for GDA. It's close to 2 seconds slower than the track record from season 9 from Frank Tank. Track record is a 1:33.553. Having a look on the weather. It says overcast. We might not have any rain at the end of the race. There's still 12 laps to go in this Grand Prix here in Copa, Texas. Tomasito now on P2, trying to chase down Berra. Just keep an eye on the gap, close to 5 seconds and 3 seconds. One more 3 seconds for Berra. Tomasito also gets a 3 seconds time penalty. Was into the last turn. We saw that on Minimap. And I think Yo-Yo is doing a team game to try to keep Spaghetti behind him, so that Tomasito can focus on the battle between him and Berra. He just need to close in more than 2 seconds, 2.2 seconds. As you can see, Berra has 3 seconds more time penalty than Tomasito. Yo-Yo is going for the overtake. Why that? He's having fun? Okay. They're surely going for DRS check and stuff. You see the burning heat also here in the tire and in the screen. Also the tires are moving up. Sometimes it goes again for Q2. 6.1 seconds. So Berra is nailing right now this track here in Kota. Sector 3. Yellow flags. Maybe something happened to Froby while entering the pit. Seconds, so Yo-Yo and the crew means Tomasito and Spaghetti are closing just a little bit onto Berra. Let's see the last lap timings. We had 1:35.6 for Berra and 1:36.2 for Yo-Yo. 7/10 slower. 16 slower. Now this lap a 1:36.4 for Berra, then a 1:35.9 for Yo-Yo. So 6 cents faster. And the Roble retiring. was for a long time a very interesting Grand Prix with many things happening and many overtakes and some action. But right now it's getting a little bit of boring track with bigger gaps, except here Tomasito, Yoyo and Spaghetti just driving behind the two, well, slight contact behind the two McLarens. I'm not sure if Yoyo is one of the only drivers with a fast master wheel in the league. And Froby goes for the fastest lap of 1:34.870. He nailed the last sector. He was the 1 second faster than GDA had, so soon Froby will be behind GDA. And Sumoku went for pit and he's driving now with soft tires. Froby gets a 3-second time penalty. And regarding track limit warnings, we have better already on 7 warnings. Two more and he gets another 3 seconds. This would help, of course, Tomasito in the fight for the driver championship title. But if it stays like this, we have the podium of Berra winning the Grand Prix ahead of Spaghetti and Tomasito on P3. P3 gets 18 points for Tomasito, plus the 5 points difference of the first race in Abu Dhabi. That's 23 points advantage today for Tomasito. So he's 12 points behind with at the end of the day. There are still 3 Mondays to go racing with double headers, so 6 races, a lot of points in up for grab. And looks like Berra is having a massive pace. Just always increasing a little bit the gap. 6.2 seconds now, the gap between Berra and Tomasito. Nice camera. And it's also very nice to see Ferrari can go the pace of the top drivers here in the name of Spaghetti. Always very close behind the McLaren drivers. always within the DRS second. Get very close to a warning. He already has 2 warnings, track limit warnings, one more, then he gets a 3-second time penalty also on his part. Then his podium is maybe gone if Yo-Yo and Tomasito are working together. What is Tomasito? He's going into pit. Why that? Why that? He's going on medium tires. Maybe he is going for the track record. The fastest lap gives another point, but it's if it stays like this, ending up in P4. He's just losing 2 points if he is able to catch the fastest lap point. I don't know if Spaghetti or Yo-Yo or Berra is also going into it. Regarding tire usage, let's quickly go to Berra with the 30% in front. Usage 25 in the back, not too bad. Yo-Yo with 26 in front and 30 in the back. And GDA 35 and 40 in the back, 41 in the back. So GDA is using the medium tires heavily. He maybe need to go to pit one more time. As we see some fast sectors, or one fast sector from Tomasito at 25.647. Half a second faster than Berra in sector 1. In the second sector, that's 2 times slower than the fastest sector 2 time. At the final turn. I won 33.900. Still 3.5 times slower than the track record, but yeah, he can go for another run. He managed to achieve purple sector 1 and purple sector 2. And regarding interviews, guys, what do you think? We take Zamuku. Of course, Spaghetti, if he is finishing on P2. And Yo-Yo, we haven't had him a long time ago. Well, let's see if Samuka is still online. I think he is driving on AI. But the fight for the podium is more or less finished. Now we saw an overtake from Spaghetti onto Yo-Yo. I can take all a little bit. Well, yeah, some drivers don't have any microphone. And some other drivers, yeah, don't talk too much. I often don't know what to ask, especially. I'm not an interviewer, not even a streamer, not even a commentator. I'm just talking a bit. Yeah, lap 26 of 28, 2 more laps to go, 3-second time penalty, so Samuku is definitely not driving on AI. Big fights between Yo-Yo and Spaghetti. And think about Yo-Yo is teammate of Tomasito. Maybe he is giving retirement from Tomasito. What happened there? I thought maybe the Yo-Yo is giving the position 3 to his driver championship, not leader, how you say, Tomasito is on P2 in the driver championship, now DNFing. Maybe he pushed a little bit too much and then DNF'd in the S section. Wow, what is happening? Only 5 points gain for Tomasito in regards of the driver championship battle between Myth and Tomasito. So Tomasito DNF'd as well, Myth DNF'd. GDA driving on position 5, currently on the standings on P3 in the driver standings. And Berra winning the Grand Prix. Looks like he will win. We're gonna see the last turns of the leader on today's Grand Prix. Great win for the Swedish driver. Is of massive pace. And final turn. Andretti corner, and we have Berra going first over the line, winning the Grand Prix. And we have a 3-second time penalty for Spaghetti. So who is coming out first of the corner? It's Spaghetti on P2, long time no see on the podium for Spaghetti. Yo-Yo on P3. Then we have a nice P4, survived the race now on P4. The one and only Williams driver today. Lucek had a massive crash, sent the car into the wall. Froby on P4. Then we have on P5 GDA. P6 his teammate Wolfrin. P7 is for Samuku. And driver of the day is Froby in the Williams. Let's go quickly through the results. Berra P1, Spaghetti 2, Yo-Yo 3, Froby 4. Then we have GDA on 5. Then Wolfrin on 6. 7. Samuku and the fastest lap. I don't know if it counts or not from Tomasito. Still in the rankings, because if DNF 2 laps before the end of the race on P8. Arobla on 9, but DNF'd, Myth also DNF'd with a big crash with GDA. Then Lucek sent the car into the wall, maybe also with some help of any other drivers. He DNF'd, I don't know. And yeah, that was it for today's doubleheader. Let's quickly go through the incidents. Was it now? Let's go for the, yeah, beautiful interviews. Yeah, I need to press buttons. This one. Now let's see. I surely take Spaghetti and Yo-Yo. Also better. If he likes to. Yeah, Spaghetti.
Hello.
Long time no here.
Been a while.
I need to change the headphones. Hold on.
Am I low?
Hello,
Thank you.
hello. Long
It's been a long time.
Yeah, since you achieved the podium. It's almost 2 years ago, right?
I think so. That's
Season 7.
that's what it feels like.
Season
It feels
7,
like I'm
yeah.
feels like I'm 50 now.
Yeah, come on. There are other drivers, they are 50 in the league, but not you.
Yeah, true.
But when
It's a
you,
bit of a surprise podium, but I mean, I'll take it.
yeah, we're not taking it if the drivers are crashing and so on. Yeah.
My podium was kind of, it wasn't just me that got the podium. I got it because of my teammates' assistance and Matthias' setup. So it goes out to them as well.
So Red Bull is working together with Ferrari.
I think it was more of just a fast guy feeling sad to a poor guy, to a slow guy. Nothing to do with the teams.
But you kept up with the pace of the two McLaren drivers, right? In Kota at least.
Yeah, well, I had what felt like maybe 50 plus more front wing and rear wing than them two. So
Okay.
it was easy to follow, but not easy to overtake.
Just grab Yo-Yo as well in, and the other, the poor guy who crashed Tomasito as well. But yeah, Spaghetti, you kept up with the two drivers, and surely was helped with DRS and some battery deployment.
Yes, there was also an oddly lapped Ferrari that was kind of getting close and getting further away. I don't know what he was doing. Definitely nothing to do with what I was telling him.
Yeah, wasn't sure if Sumuku is driving on AI, just hanging there and watching the race, not even watching the race, watching football or something. But he definitely drove to the end of the race.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, he definitely wasn't helping me with the DRS.
No. Yeah, Tomasito, what happened? Did you push too much, right?
I mean, I pushed, but it's not the reason for the crash. My PC blue screened mid corner,
Oh,
and my wheel got disconnected, and I crashed.
no good. But was it a
No good.
plan that Yo-Yo is giving you the position if you're able to catch up?
We didn't talked about that, but yeah, I think that was the plan.
You're just thinking you need to talk, guys, about this kind of stuff. Yo-Yo, would you have been giving the position to Tomasito, yes or no? Have you thought about
Probably.
this? Probably.
Probably would have, yeah.
Mike's trying to shit.
I mean, if he's so much faster than me, and if he can like keep me in the train in front of Andreas, yeah, then I would have.
It was a little bit a cheeky game between you and Tomasito, always overtaking in every DRS zone, and I just saw Berra driving away. You guys lost a massive time by doing this. What about plans for next week in what is it?
But, we were slower without doing that.
Really?
We were actually faster with that, yeah.
Yeah, we were
Okay,
working
funny.
together.
Me and Tomasito was working together to catch Jojo, and then I realized, oh wait, actually they're a team, and now it's just me by myself against them.
It was so good working with you.
Yeah, no, it worked well.
Yeah.
And also, I felt bad for breaking your front wing as well before, so sorry about that.
It's
You,
alright.
you deserved nicer driving from my side, so I was like, let me not fight him too hard this time.
Well, we had many front wing damages in the beginning of this race. Yeah, and some Matthias says some terrorism of a Portuguese guy. I don't know what happened exactly. Do you know anything?
I saw that live.
You saw that live? Okay.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Okay, interesting. We will see maybe later on in the how do you say, tickets, FIS
Maybe.
stuff. But
Yeah,
let's see.
I have a feeling something will appear.
But as Mattia crashed, maybe he needs to have some other POVs. But let's see, because on the stream I just saw him crashing. Yeah, I'm always watching left and right on my 7 screens I have, and then I missed the whole race. But anyway, yeah. So Spaghetti was happy to be back on the podium next week. It's your, I want to say, home race.
Oh, is it?
Because in Cyprus we don't have any track, but in UK we have one. Silverstone, I
Yes.
think track everybody likes.
Yes, plus, and it's quite easy to follow, which those are the tracks I need. I need tracks like this where it's easy to follow, otherwise I got no chance.
And I want to have tracks which allows the drivers to follow each other, and we have small gaps, and it's more fun to watch the action, because you're driving for fun, not for anything else. We know the game. Yeah, any plans next week, Spaghetti? Podium again, you're back.
Well, to be honest, I had quite a lot of fun today for once, because yeah, flying at the front is actually, yeah, it lifts the enjoyment up a lot. So, yeah, if I can do more of that, then yes, please.
Well, you haven't been able to drive on Saturday, right? But did you drove in
No.
Spa?
Oh no, the race was finished before my turn.
Okay. It was another story, right?
Yeah.
Yo-Yo, you have won the Kota Grand Prix once in Season 8. What about next win for an Austrian driver? Is it Silverstone or Imola or any other race this season? What do you think?
Eh. I don't think so.
Well, we have, as I said, Silverstone, then Imola, then we have, what we have? Beautiful Belgium, Brazil, Qatar, and I think Singapore is something for you while it's raining, isn't it?
Only if it's raining.
Okay.
And if I train for the track, which I won't probably.
Yeah, better train for season, what is it, 11, right?
I think so. Yeah.
F1 25. Hopefully it's drivable. Let's see. Yeah,
Or
Tomasito.
playable at least.
Playable. Yeah. This one is drivable, but also a little bit playable. But yeah. But as long as you're driving, everybody's happy, and you need to be happy, guys. Tomasito, 2 errors, or today is not an error. It's gear stuff. Last week it was an error. I think it was in
Yep.
Azerbaijan. Yeah.
Not in Azerbaijan, in Jeddah.
Was it in Jeddah? Yeah.
Yep.
You need to finish, man.
Yep.
Yeah, you just need to finish. If you, let's say, I was a little bit shocked. Why are he pitting? Why is he pitting for mediums? 5 laps until the end of the race or something?
I'll be honest, I was getting, when you pitted, I wasn't worried, and then I saw you, the amount you was catching, and then I was worried.
I wanted to do something different from the others.
But why you did that? Why you entered the pit lane? To go for the track record, or?
Did I get the track record?
No, 4 tenths too slow.
Wow, that's a shame. My idea was that if I pit and I catch up to Jojo and Andreas, I can overtake them and help Jojo to pull away from Andreas.
But it was a big gap.
Yeah, it was a big gap, but my pace was good until my PC froze.
You've been closing in, I think, 3 laps to go, or 4 laps to go, or 2 laps to go. Then yeah, you have been closing in, but I was a little bit shocked. Why is he going to pit? Is my dashboard not working? No, he has no damage. Is he having damage? No, he hasn't any damage. Yeah. You keep me up on my toes, and yeah, but next week, Tomasito, just survive. Because let's say if you finish today on P3 or P4, the gap between you and Myth in the driver standings would have been, or will be, or whatever, 12 points only. But luckily Myth also DNF'd, but it's not so lucky for Myth because of the help of other drivers, or one other driver, but let's see. So guys, I'm going to next week. Your suggestions for Silverstone and Imola. Spaghetti.
Suggestions?
Yeah.
Or predictions?
Or predictions, up to you.
I predict no more podiums for me.
What you predicted?
I predict I won't get a podium.
Okay, Yo-Yo?
I predict definitely a McLaren double podium, of course.
On both races, wow.
At least.
At least. And Tomasito?
Double DNF. I
what we will
predict
do-
double DNF.
No,
At
don't
least
say that.
someone wins.
Now,
Someone-
on one we will have a double win, and of course every race fastest lap, of course.
P1
With
in
Mattia
practice,
and Berra
P1 in quali.
DNFing.
So let's see if they're DNFing. By the way, any words to the Williams driver? Are they okay while driving?
They're doing well. They're doing very well. I think they got a bit
Complain
unlucky
about.
today, but they're clean and fast, so that's exactly what we want and need.
Cool. Good to hear. After the double podium from Froby in the last two races last Monday. Sadly, this week for Williams, it wasn't the best week.
They can quali well.
Yeah, it's one-shot qualifying.
I'm so bad at that.
Well, you need to have a better setup, and the Yo-Yo never has a setup, and I hope for Tomasito that he has a setup, because he's always fast in qualifying. So guys, any last words from your side? Finish the stream?
That's it. Thank you for the race. Thank you for the stream. See you next week.
Yo-Yo?
Good night. Bye.
No greetings to Petrace. Is she next to you, or?
Nah, she's not watching, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to learn, you know.
She was watching, by the way.
She was watching.
Yeah.
Ah,
Maybe she's still watching. I'm watching.
I
She's
guess
writing.
then
I'm
hello,
watching.
Petra.
And Tomasito, last words from your side.
I have nothing to say. I just hope that I can finish the races next time.
Yeah, you
and
will.
Not DNF.
Everything comes good. So have a good week, guys, and see you next week. Thank you for driving. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
hosting.
Eh,
Not hosting,
what?
but yeah, hosting the stream.
Yeah,
Bye.
Ciao. Yes, that was it. Yeah, shall I take in better or not? Or Vera is not online at the moment, but maybe we can. You need to work at 5 a.m. Okay. If you like, we can bring in Mattia Myth to ask what happened. Just grab Myth, because Myth is typing a lot of stuff
Hello.
into the chat. What happened? What happened, Mattia?
Nothing interesting.
Nothing interesting.
I had quite a lot of fun with Bear on the first race. Then I was involved in 2 incidents. So yeah,
But
not too
yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, you are a lucky guy, because also Tomasito DNF'd just because of a blue screen or something. Otherwise, Tomasito is coming a little bit closer to you in the driver championship.
I don't really care.
You're just driving for
I
fun,
just-
right?
I'm just having for fun, and I got killed, unfortunately.
That's why you're always doing donuts during the one-shot qualifying and so on. And just watching to the top drivers, then I see, Myth is still on the way. Then I switch back the camera to you, and you're doing donuts. You will do it also in the next races until the end of the season. You don't.
Yeah, we will.
Is there not any track you're going for pedal down, full push for one-shot qualifying P1?
If I do quali every week, it's probably going to be like me and Bear on P1, P2 every single race. So,
Well,
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
just do me a favor. just in one of the next races, just push in.
I did it in Suzuka, but then I decided to do donuts.
Yeah,
I got P1 and then did not donuts the last lap. So.
Just we will have next week, besides Silverstone, also Imola. You're an Italian driver. You need to be on P1. So that's your target.
It's getting there anyway. I'll be there anyway. The race, if I don't get killed, maybe.
I mean qualifying, man. I mean qualifying.
Yeah, I know. I don't care too much.
So P1 battle between Berra and Myth for Imola next week, right?
Well, we had a good battle in the race in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
So I think as long as this stays, I think it's.
Yeah,
we were joking around a bit there. But
Abu Dhabi was beautiful, beautiful race. We had 2 or 3 or 4 safety cars, and the gaps have been so close. Many battles. Was a really nice race. Well, Austin was a little bit boring after the start, after 5 laps or 10 laps or something. But anyway, yeah. Any last words from you, Mattia?
Well, I'll shut up.
You shut up.
Otherwise, I'm going to say very bad thing.
All good. We'll see you next week.
Yeah,
Take
say
care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So yeah, we saw some dangerous Italian. Look him up. Lock him up. And what was more in the chat? Yeah, he has a shit microphone. I just think the microphone is okay, but he has the microphone too close to his mouth. Or he has a loud voice or something. But yeah, that was it, guys. Thank you for watching again. And see you next week, and have a great week. Take care, guys. See you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, so